Hello and welcome to my first sports broadcast. During the broadcast, I will talk about the Stanley Cup Finals, the NBA Finals, as well as the Miami Marlins, the Major League Baseball team that I root for. To start, the Stanley Cup Finals Game 2 is tonight between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Nashville Predators. Pittsburgh has a 1-0 lead in the series after their 5-3 win on Monday night. In Game 1, the scoring started with Evgeny Malkin, Connor Sheary added a goal, and Nick Bonino also added a goal in the first period to give the Penguins a 3-0 lead going into the second. Ryan Ellis had a slap shot from the point that went in to cut the deficit to 2 going into the third period for the Predators. Colton Sissons and Frederick Gaudreau both scored to tie the game up for the Predators in the third period, and with about 3.5 minutes left, Jake Guentzel wristed a shot over Pekka Rinne's glove side to give the Penguins a 4-3 lead, and Nick Bonino scored his second goal of the night in an empty netter, which gave the Penguins the 5-3 victory. What is amazing about that game is that Pittsburgh only had 12 shots on goal. That's unbelievable for the offensive power machine that they are. All 4 of their lines can score at any moment, and they are offensively led by guys like Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and Phil Kessel, not to mention Brian Rust and Jake Guentzel, who scored the game-winning goal, as well as Nick Bonino, who scored 2 goals in Game 1. But even more amazing is that the Nashville Predators' defense, led by Roman Josi, Ryan Ellis, and PK Subban, stopped Pittsburgh and did not let them have a shot on goal for 37 minutes. That's almost 2 periods of play. That's unbelievable, extremely unrealistic for a Pittsburgh Penguins team, especially the one they have right now. And tonight should be a good game. I do not expect the Penguins to only have 12 shots on goal. However, I do expect Nashville's defense to come prepared again. Their head coach, Peter Laviolette, obviously had a good game plan to stop them. And even though they gave up 5 goals, they only gave up 12 shots on goal in Game 1, which is pretty amazing against this Pittsburgh offense. Tonight is not necessarily a must-win game for Nashville. However, if they go down 2-0 to this championship pedigree-led Pittsburgh Penguins team who won last year and is looking to repeat this year, that would be a big hole to climb out of. They'd have to win 4 out of 5 games just to win the Stanley Cup, and that would take a lot for them to do. But it's doable, that it is possible. However, I do think that Nashville finds a way to get it done tonight. I think that they play defensively, they play well again, and I believe that they get goals from different players that will help them bring the series back to Nashville tied 1-1. Now switching to basketball. Tomorrow night, the trilogy begins. The Golden State Warriors face off against the Cleveland Cavaliers in their 3rd straight finals appearances together. A lot of storylines can be formed throughout this series, but to start, will LeBron get his 4th ring? Will the Cavaliers, led by LeBron, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love, win their 2nd championship in a row? Will they repeat? Or will Kevin Durant and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green lead the Warriors to their 2nd championship in 3 years? Kevin Durant has recently come out and said that he's tired of being 2nd. He was 2nd in his draft class to be drafted. He finished 2nd 3 different times to LeBron James in the MVP voting. Will he avenge LeBron this time? He lost to LeBron in the NBA Finals as a member of the Oklahoma City Thunder in 2012. How will Kevin Durant play in this series? How will the Warriors play? How will Cleveland play? It's a very intriguing series. I know I am very excited to watch it. I would love to see what happens. I want to see who will come out on top. I personally believe that Golden State will win in 6 games. I think they will split the first 2 games. Golden State will win at home in Game 5. And in a close game with LeBron on the brink of elimination, I think Golden State finds a way to get it done again in Game 6 like they did 2 years ago when they won against Cleveland and becomes the 2017 NBA champions. It's a very entertaining series, and it should have a lot of ups and downs. and it should bring a lot of ratings for the NBA. Now switching to baseball, the Miami Marlins are up currently 5-0 against the Philadelphia Phillies today. If they were to win today, they would bring their record to 21-30, and they would sweep the Phillies. For those that don't know, a sweep in baseball is winning all 3 games or 4 games of a series. They've recently won 5 out of the last 7 games, dating back to the Oakland A's series last week. They took 2 out of 3 from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim over the weekend and are playing with a lot of momentum. The young guys are being able to play, such as JT Riddle, the shortstop. He's been coming into his own. He's been playing well recently, and it's nice to see. It's nice to see that the young guys are giving these young guys a chance with so many players on the disabled list to see what they can do for not just this season, but for next year and for the couple of years after that if they pan out and play well. I'd like to see the Marlins keep this momentum going to at least the All-Star break, if not further. If they were to be able to make the playoffs as a wild card team, that spot is a good omen for them in the past. They have won the World Series twice, 1997 and 2003, both as wild card teams. So they have a good history as being a wild card team, and anything's possible once you get in the playoffs. Their pitching needs to play better, yes. However, if they can sustain this momentum and get on a little bit of a roll, anything is possible. I want to thank you for listening to this broadcast. Please comment on anything that you'd like me to talk about, and have a nice day.